It's so painful that when we got to Beachland Hospital, they did not refer us immediately. Fast forward to 3:30 to 4, we got to Lasuth, and then they announced her dead. It's so painful that there was so much reluctance to bring the oxygen. Even when they saw that she was dying, there was no empathic display. My friend Larry Billions, like we always call her, she was feeling somehow on the 5th of May 2021. So she went herself to the hospital. Later that night, she called me that she had gone to the hospital and she's back, that she feels feverish. She called me as at around past 8 or thereabouts. Not too long as I entered, her room was dark. She was half naked because she was sweating profusely. She had vomited everywhere and she had tried to eat, but she kept on vomiting. As I tried to clean, she vomited again. When I saw the way she was, I shouted and I suggested that we should go back to the hospital, and she agreed to go with me. So we tried to get a neighbor, and a neighbor took us to the hospital. This was like around past 10. She saw the doctor, the same doctor that attended to her, and the doctor said he was going to place her on admission, and she was given injection through her palm. I remember her struggling with the nurse, saying that she cannot lie down because she's uncomfortable, that she cannot breathe, so she's not finding any comfort lying down. I went to call the attention of the nurse that this girl, I don't think she's getting any better. The nurse came and said that okay, the injection she's about to give her now is going to calm her down, it's going to make her slow, so she's going to sleep. I remember asking her why do they want to make her sleep, that she's saying that she cannot lie down. Then the doctor said they have to stabilize her till tomorrow so that they can carry out different kind of tests on her. When they gave her the last injection, she was not really active anymore, but her breathing even became worse. I became really scared and I started to disturb those nurses again. So the nurse said that maybe I should try seeing the doctor myself. So I tried to get the doctor and everything. Now the doctor did not come alone when he came. He came with another doctor. The second doctor was a female doctor. She asked that Omolara should be placed on oxygen. Then the nurses started pushing it to each other. Oh, who is going to get the oxygen? Like that, their numbers reduced. And I think it was just me and one nurse left with Omolara. So I asked her, okay, where is the oxygen? She said, oh, she's not the one that is supposed to get the oxygen. Where is Toib? Oh, why didn't they start pushing blame? Why didn't they even put Omolara in the ward downstairs? I tried to look around. I saw emergency room. I saw the label. Then I walked inside. So I think the way I walked inside, it raised the alarm. And then one nurse came to meet me there. What am I looking for in the emergency room? I said, I'm looking for the oxygen. I don't even know what it looks like. Then she showed me. She said, who wants to use it? I said, it's my friend. She's in the ward. When they brought the oxygen, they put in her nose and they tried to check her BP and everything. I think they figured out that her condition was even getting worse as time was going by. So they said that they were going to refer her. As at 1:30 in the midnight, they asked me to get help, that they have to refer her. So I asked, oh, what of your ambulance if you want to refer her? They said, oh, their car is not available, the driver is not around. Initially, they had given us the impression that we're going to go with the oxygen, because I remember lamenting that if this thing had happened in the daytime, I probably would have gotten help through Taxify or Bolt. So while I sat, I and a neighbor that was driving called for help, that okay, so what's left? Who is following us? Then one of the nurses dashed into the ward. She went to get the oxygen tank. She came back. While she came back, the driver, that's a neighbor, asked that she comes inside while she fixes the oxygen in her nose tray, since we're all going together, that she should come inside and close the door so we would be on our way while that one is in process. Then she said, she's not following us. So then we asked her, so who is following us? Everybody started to step aside, started to push it among themselves. After about 10 seconds, they removed the oxygen from her nose in the car. So that means it was basically just like a kind of top up for her. And they said that we should move with the highest speed. Fast forward to 3:30 to 4, we got to last suit, and then they announced her dead. So they said that we should go and fill a form. That's the form says brought in death. That's BID form. So I just imagined that means that she had died on my laps, and that means that she probably even died before we even got there, and we didn't notice.
For the fact that she was with me just few days. As a matter of fact, she ordered perfume for me, and the day I heard about her passing, I still messaged her to accuse her of, the late delivery for the perfume. Only for the messages didn't drop. Then I reached out to a mutual friend who said, oh, she lost somebody. I said, who? She said, Omolara. I was like, I just texted Omolara. So you can imagine the pain, the agony I've been through. It's been really crazy. Getting to the hospital. Apparently, the MD didn't even know Omolara had passed. Because it was when we got there that they brought the report that they told him that Omolara's people are here. They now quickly brought the report to him, and they invited us over to his office. When we got to the office, he brought out his laptop, trying to explain he wasn't present the day she came on, the Thursday that she came. That's to tell you how these guys don't even care about anybody's life. And then he acknowledged the fact that they didn't do well. He said it, that I'm sorry, he was apologizing to us. I said, what will apology do? Apology cannot bring this girl back to life. I said, okay, give me your card. So I took his call card and I left.
Omolara died 6 days to her birthday, to her 29th birthday. Omolara was an orphan. She had no father, she had no mother. She was somebody that was very strong. She was a motivation to a lot of people. She had 2 businesses aside from her workplace at Lasema, aside from where she works at Lasema. She was not paid 3 months prior to her death, so she was only living on those businesses. She used to sell perfume, and she used to produce plantain chips just for sale, like for people that are close to her, like around. That's what she did to just fend for herself. And the little that she raised from that, she was still generous to people.
So we did candle night, invited 1 or 2 pastors. And then we did like a protest, just a peaceful protest. First of all, when they saw us coming, they locked the gate. The security quickly locked the gate. That's to show you that they actually know what they are doing. We were there for 30-40 minutes. They did not show up to come and talk to us. We need people to come out and ask questions. The people that have been reaching out, they just reach out. We don't see anything. It's only my lawyer that is trying to make efforts. And in an unjust society, silence is a crime. Because it could happen to anybody. If you are saying it's not my business, it could just happen to your child. At the end of the day, we just want justice. We know whatever it is we're doing now cannot bring back Omolara, but obviously it will stop, it will help, any other person in Nigeria from being killed due to negligence.
According to them, if you look at what the girl wrote, she said 10 o'clock she went to her room and she was here. So she came back. Then she was having difficulty in breathing. So they have to admit her, started nebulize. Nebulize is what we do for people who have ulcer, who find it difficult. They nebulize. So all these were given, and they nebulized and put on oxygen. The difficulty in breathing persisted, which I can tell you ulcer will not give. Now she was on oxygen. The only cylinder that we have left was used for her. But because they know that we don't have a backup again, and when they called me, I said, look, we can't keep that kind of patient in the hospital. That patient is better managed in government hospital. Please refer.
So I want to ask you.
Yeah.
At the point, the lady that that was with her said that there was nobody to help with the oxygen. That there were allegations of negligence on the part of the nurses.
Okay, you see, this one of the challenges we have. Once there are issues, people look for your faults. Does she know where to keep oxygen? Does she know? Because I read that she said she was not looking for oxygen. Does she know where we keep oxygen? If she has said there is no oxygen in the hospital now, that would have been a different thing. Somebody who's having difficulty to breathe, you don't need the relation to tell you that this person is having difficulty to breathe before a doctor does what she needs to do. But once people are always emotional, once there are issues, they try to look for who to blame. And that is just it. Now, she has to be referred. We cannot get across to our ambulance driver. They made every effort. I called his number too. His number was not going because he stays at Ibafo. I don't even know his house. So they too, that girl too was making calls before they got the person that conveyed her. Of course, the oxygen got exhausted, and that was why she could not go with any oxygen. So unfortunately, she gave up the ghost before getting to last week. I just hope they will do autopsy so that because the thinking now is as if is the hostile drug that was given that caused her demise.
Or negligence of the hospital.
Negligence of the hospital. What did we give that caused? If somebody had an ulcer and you don't even treat it well, the worst is the pain persists. Not leading to somebody just dying. Ulcer doesn't cause that.